while things are euphoric. You're going right to the top. Bitcoin's going up $1,000 a day. Everyone's talking about it. They're all going to quit their jobs. We're all going to make it.
It's nuts. You need to take risk off, take some profits, live a happy life.
Yes, and just remember that money is just spending tokens. You need to convert that stuff into things or experiences that you want.
Last Bitcoin cycle, the price only spent 3 days above 65,000. It only lasted 3 days. And if you miss it, you suck.
Yeah, brilliant. We'll definitely catch that one.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ben and Bergs podcast. I'm Ben, your favorite high school dropout and founder of Collective Shift. Alongside me is Bergs, your favorite MBA and CEO of Collective Shift. Join us as we bring you world-class crypto research and strategies to help you dominate this crypto bull market, as well as behind-the-scenes view of us scaling a fully remote subscription research business here in Australia. If you like the episode, we'd love for you to share it around with a friend or family member. It's how we grow the podcast each and every week. And today we're giving you the beans, ladies and gentlemen. We are sharing with you how and what selling the top of the market actually looks like. Because everyone wants to do a Bergs. Everyone wants to sell the top, but is it actually achievable? We're going to look at some of the research we've done on previous market cycles to showcase to you how realistic this actually is to help you nail the top.
Of course they are, Ben. Everyone's the best trader. They get in at the absolute bottom. They sell the absolute top and they wait until the absolute bottom again to get back in, and they make squillions of dollars, mate.
Correct. And if you 1% off the top or the bottom, you suck.
Yeah, you're nothing. You're useless. You shouldn't even be an investor. Why are you even trying? Go home.
So everyone calculates, right, how much money they'll make when they sell at the top. When the price goes to XYZ price, I'll have this much money. Wow, exciting. The life's going to be great. But do we actually know how to sell the top? And remember, how do markets create their price? It is created by the last person who buys or sells at that exact moment. One buyer or one seller. That is all that is required to mark a price.
And let's just illustrate that. Let's say I create Ben coin and Ben buys it from me. I create 10,000 coins. I sell one to Ben for $1. The market price has gone from $0 to $1. Market cap is now $10,000 of his 10,000 coins.
And there's
if
only one
Ben
buyer.
then sells it, if I then buy another one or Ben buys one for $1,000, just one coin, the market price is now $1,000. The market cap is now $10 million. Or $100 million. Public math, don't do it. But this is how it works. And it's just those few little people buying. That is the current price, the current spot price of whatever you are trading.
100%. So the reality is trying to be the exact one person to be the top is very, very unlikely. Actually, it's close to impossible. So what's actually achievable? Well, if we look at Bitcoin as an example, looking at the 2021 top, of 69,000, you're probably thinking, well, if we get within the top 5% of the top, 65K or above, amazing, we've done well. Again, that is very, very difficult. Last Bitcoin cycle, the price only spent 3 days above 65,000, between 65 and 69,000. It only lasted 3 days. So you literally had 3 days in 4 years, Bergs, to nail within 5% of the top.
Do you think 3 days in over like 1,200 and something days? Whatever.
Amazing. And if you miss it, you suck.
Yeah. Brilliant. You'll definitely catch that one.
What about 10%? Let's look at 10%. So a price top of 62,000, right? This only closed 16 days before the top of the cycle. Again, 16 days in 4 years. Do we think we're going to get there, right? It's becoming a little bit easier, but again, very, very difficult. What about 15%? At 58,000, there was only just over a month, 33 days between the price close at 58,000 and the top of 69,000. Now we're probably getting somewhere towards more where we can realistically achieve something. If you are within the top 15% of the top, you have done amazingly well. Of a cycle that is over 1,400 days long, so 4 years, one being a leap year, you literally have 1 month, Bergs, to sell within 15% of the top for Bitcoin.
That is just incredible. And people don't like, okay, this is the hardcore math of what the time you actually have. And think about, you have to know something, you have to sell, and think about all the emotion that's happening while things are euphoric. You're going right to the top. Bitcoin's going up $1,000 a day. Everyone's talking about it. It's all people doing. They're all going to quit their jobs. We're all going to make it. We're all in Discourse going, oh, look how much cash we've made. You're calculating your net worth every 5 seconds. Do you really think you're going to be that person that's going to be like, oh, I'm definitely going to sell here, and you're emotionally ready and have a plan to sell in those 16 or whatever days it was?
And that's if you lump sum sell out, Bergs, and which is not what we recommend, right? This is why we recommend dollar cost averaging out. Because if you miss those 33 days, well, then now it's down only for the next year.
That's it. And why do we have this all or nothing mentality? It drives me spare. This is like everything. Like if you have a gym program and you're doing nothing now, if you make it 4 out of your 5 sessions, that's amazing. It's 4 more sessions you would have done than last week. And you're only 80% of the way there. You're not doing 100% of your sessions, but your life is going to change dramatically. And it's the same thing we're seeing here. You're not going to get the absolute bottom. You're not going to get the top unless you're dollar cost averaging, every single day. But you want that chunk in the middle. You want to get a reasonable chunk of profits. You're not going to sell at the absolute bottom. You're going to sell at the absolute top, but you're going to average in and you're going to average out, and it'll give you the best overall chance of success. And averaging in and averaging out is like you don't just do one action, you do many actions. And those many actions give you the chance of getting it right more than getting it wrong because they average out.
Yeah, absolutely bang on. And this is all great in hindsight that we know this data. But like you said, when you're in it, everyone's buying, everyone's euphoric. It's never going to go down. You're making all this money. Like you feel like an idiot if you're going to sell. That's the
Bro,
reality of it.
bull markets are so hard. Do you remember 21? We're all in Discords. We've got these
Mate.
PFP avatars. We're talking this hokey ass language. People are releasing 1 million tokens. Like everyone wants a bored ape and weird shit like that. Like we look at that now. All of those Discords are dead. People aren't quitting their jobs. They've all gone back to their jobs or pivoted to AI. That is what euphoria feels like. And thinking that you're mentally prepared and able to sell when that happens, man, you have to do a lot of preparation, a lot of work.
Yeah, spot on, spot on. And that's the same across all markets. So if we look at Ethereum, Ethereum topped at 4,800. Again, 5% within the top 5%, you had 5 days to nail it. Top 10%, you had 20 days, and top 15%, you had 39 days. So it's pretty on average. You've got about a month in 4 years to nail within the top 15%. Same with Solana. Solana was actually harder. You only had 3 days in the top 5%, 10%, you had 10 days, and the top 15%, you only had 15 days when Solana hit $260.
That is crazy. So 15% from the top is just over a month. That's 1 out of 48 months. That's roughly just over 2%, which is absolutely crazy. Like you would have to be glued to your computer and dialed in and have so much luck to actually pick that. Whereas if you're on the way up and it's like 20% up, 30, 40, 50, and you're averaging out, you're going to hit that. You're going to exceed it. It's going to be, it's honestly the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because the reality is, Berg, selling the top is an absolute myth.
Yes.
It is so difficult. So if you sell within 15%, historically it's saying you are done absolutely amazing. And, if your expectations are that you're going to sell the absolute top, I think you need to just adjust that accordingly. Have that dollar cost averaging out strategy. If you think Bitcoin can hit 200,000 this cycle, maybe start selling your targets around that 160, 170 mark and be happy to take profits.
And that's the thing. You think it's up only because things are so crazy and you don't know when the music is going to stop. And 15% from the top, you have 1 month out of 48 months. Are you going to be in the top 2%? No. And this is the thing, there's a 2% chance you will get it. It's not 2% of people actually get it.
Yeah.
A lot less get it because it's only a couple of trades that happen within that band, a certain amount of trades.
And that's where ultimately some of the biggest buyers are coming into, right? Because you got retail piling in, you got massive liquidity, like it's absolute chaos. So, again, understand this, adjust your price target so we start to scale out on the way up. It's what we've been talking about and teaching all of you for a long time. Stack your chips, stack your profits, keep some equity in the market to keep some exposure as things go up. But again, trying to time the market as a all in and all out is just super difficult and can't be done by most.
Exactly right. And I'll tell the story I always tell. We had a buddy of ours, and he wanted to buy a house, and he put some money into the market and bought a coin, absolutely pumped through the roof. He wanted to sell it 2 million, just completely out. He was all in, and it got to about, I think it was like 1.617, 1.7 million from about, I can't remember if it was 10 or 50K that he put in. Very, very good returns, right? And then just tanked all the way back down, and now it's worth less than 10K. He wasn't selling on the way up. Even if he pulled out, like, let's say $1 million, he's $1 million closer to that $2 million home. You've got half your house paid off. It is not an all or nothing decision. It's taking profits along the way, leaving some money in the market because you're not sure what is going to happen. None of us know for sure. And then also, if it's available to you, having some money on the sidelines to deploy if things get really crazy and you see an opportunity.
That's nuts. You need to take risk off. You're not, no one's giving you a gold medal for picking the top and not selling anything on the way out. Take some profits, live a happy life.
Yes. And just remember that money is just spending tokens. That's all it is. Like
Fun
having more
tokens.
money really does you no good after a certain level of security. Like if you got 6 or 12 months in the bank, right? It's just more stuff. You need to convert that stuff into things or experiences that you want. Write down those goals, understand what they are, how important they are to you. And achieving those goals is more important than getting another 10 or 20% in Bitcoin and stacking those spending tokens for no good reason.
Yeah, spot on. And if you need help with the research and the data to help you build that strategy, again, that's what we're here to do, folks. We've got so many amazing analysts. You can get access to our research platform where we put out great quality, posts, when the right time to sell is, how to build a strategy. We've got, our pro membership is great. It's very affordable. It's easy to get in, build up your dashboard, build your strategy, get into the community, join our live calls. We've got one tonight that we're hosting with the analysts, so you can join on. You can talk to the team. We give you the insights, what's going on, and we're there to help you as independent analysts, by your side. And it's a no-brainer if you've got a decent amount of crypto, in my opinion.
100%, mate.
Thank you so much, folks. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight as to what selling the top actually looks like. Set those clear expectations and try and understand that it is easier said than done to pick the top. So if you like this episode, we'd love for you to share it around with a friend or family member. It's how we grow the podcast, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks, champions.